Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoyed these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a delightful Rolex Oyster Perpetual Date. This is reference 115210. Stainless steel with engine-turned bezel. This is a rarely seen model. A wonderful fit on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. You can see the case, which I measure at 34.5 millimeters from 9 to 3 with my calipers, is also wonderfully compact across the wrist, so 34.5 in diameter. The watch only spans 41.8 millimeters lug-to-lug. If you add the solid end links of the bracelet, you're only talking the lug-to-lug span of a 36 millimeter date just case only. This watch is only 43.5 millimeters across the wrist with solid end links. It's a squat little case, about as thick as a date just for obvious reasons, 11.5 millimeters thick, but with a generously rounded and sloped case flank and that engine-turned bezel helping any sleeve to ramp up and over. The lug spacing should you wish to accessorize, and this is a Rolex that would look great on a strap. 19 millimeters if you wish to accessorize. The Oyster bracelet is nicely made, polished center links, satin shoulders, and you can see outboard polished outer flanks. It is an Oyster bracelet and does give this watch a sporty flair with the white metal black dial and engine-turned bezel combination. This one feels like a Sportster ready to rock, albeit perhaps on a smaller wrist or on the wrist of one with perhaps more discreet tastes in Rolex. It's not an entry-level model, as you'll note. Both the polish down the center of the links as well as internally polished Rolex Oyster style clasp. It features Easy Link for a quick instant adjustment, the equivalent of removing or adding one sizable link, tool-free. It is a very solid clasp, nicely finished externally. You can see the straight-through polish and the satin finish. I cannot overemphasize that though smaller, this is not a junior Rolex in finish or spec. You will note the case form fluid and handsome, just like any Datejust or Date-8. No super case here, sinuous and sexy with a flame surfacing effect and profile. You have the engine-turned bezel, which is distinct from Rolex's fluted bezel, in that this is a more scratch-resistant steel rather than the fluted bezels, which are always gold. It's a different look, and you can see that there are intermediate engine-turning textures to break up the mass of metal and give this one a novel appearance. This is perhaps the choice for Rolex connoisseurs, whereas perhaps the fluted gold bezel is a more iconic design. This is the one for the watch nerd or the enthusiast. Now you'll note the dial is upscale. White gold indices, white gold crown, white gold hands at center, gloss black lacquer dial, and Cyclops eye over a date. There will be a lume shot at the end of the video. All of this over a Rolex manufacturer caliber 3135, 31 joules, bidirectional automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, featuring hacking or stop seconds, as well as a quick set date. It features 100-meter water resistance by virtue of screwed-in Oyster caseback and twin lock crown. The COSC certified Swiss chronometer. Rolex, of course, certifying its watches as chronometers fully cased up in-house after certifying the movement as a chronometer with the COSC. You get hacking seconds and quick set date, but also a number of sports watch features that increase the durability of the movement, a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index for shock resistance, an overcoil hairspring for resistance to positional or gravitationally induced timing deviation, and Rolex uses a robust anti-magnetic alloy in its hairsprings as well. That, like everything else of proprietary design. A tough, precise, and unusual Rolex if you want the one that everyone else in the office doesn't have, or if perhaps your tastes in Rolex are more discreet. You love the engineering and the history, but perhaps not the image. Keep a low profile and do it with the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Date. And we're back with the Rolex 115210 Oyster Perpetual Date. See this one by the light of day on the Watchbox.